It is Thursday, November 10th in the NBA, and I'm back with my favorite picks. Yo, what's going on? My name's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's recap yesterday. Another winning day, a 3-2 day, winning a little bit over 1 unit. One of our best bets of the day, Tyrese Halliburton, over 29.5 points plus assists. He cashes in Halliburton. Round of applause. Becomes the first person into the COS Hall of Fame for this season. He's made us a ton of money not only this year, but also last year. He deserves it. Give him a round of applause. Drop a like for Mr. Halley. We also had Josh Hart's over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Devin Vassell over 17.5 points. We had Brandon Ingram almost come out of nowhere and hit his over in points. He was our other best bet of the day. So splitting those, going 1-1. Ends up with 22 points. Just need him to get to the foul line at the end of the game. And the Raptors only win by 7 points. We needed them to win by 10 or more. Now the best bet segment, 18-4 on the year. Up, I believe, almost 27 units on the year as well. Let's continue that momentum. We only have 4 games on today. We're only going to talk about one pick today. But if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too. We certainly would appreciate it. If we've been helping you make some money, go down below, hit the join button too. Become a COS All-Star. You get our plays early. You get shouted out in the videos. You get some emojis, which if you guys have ever wanted any emojis, let me know which ones you guys want. All it takes is a second. You can go become a COS All-Star. Click the join button. I certainly would appreciate it. And my last note is that since it's Thursday, we have a couple other videos live on the channel. Thursday Night Football, which is tonight, Falcons-Panthers. You can go check out that Best Bets video. Already live, posted last night. Our NFL Week 10 Best Bets video for Sunday. Already live on the channel. But you guys are here for NBA. Let's get into my favorite play for today. Best Bet segment, 18-4 on the year. 19-4s in our sights. We're going with the guy that, look, we've made a lot of money with Tyrese Halliburton. Why don't we ask, maybe the Tyreses are nice to the Calling Our Shot community, because we're going with Tyrese Maxey of the Philadelphia 76ers, taking his over 5.5 assists, currently minus 120 on PointsBet. If this line goes up to 6.5, I don't really know if I definitely wouldn't take it for 1.5 units. I'd actually consider a ladder for Mr. Maxey. I think he has a good chance of maybe getting 8, maybe 10 assists tonight. A double-double for him is plus 1,100 on Barstool. But do whatever. You guys make your judgment. I'm going to talk about why I like Maxey. And, you know, with James Harden out, Maxey's been asked to run basically the point guard for the Sixers team. And Harden's not returning today, not returning for a hot minute. But Joel Embiid is back. That should help him get some assists. And I think we're going to see Maxey have a pretty good assist night. And I know you don't love banking on other guys to knock down shots, but I think they can do that. And Maxey, I think on a side note, could hit his over in points too. But I think he's going to do pretty well. And let me introduce you to a new segment. It's called Maxey's Numbers. Because let's talk about his numbers in the last 2 games, both of them without James Harden, like he will be tonight. In those games, Maxey hit this over in both games, 6 and 7 assists. That's not where the numbers stop. Let's talk about him. He had 13 and 16 assist chances in those 2 games. His adjusted assists, which the NBA Advanced Stats website comes up with adjusted assists. Maybe you see PJ Tucker blowing a layup or something like that. Adjusted assists, 9 and 10 assists. Also, Maxey, an average of 81.5 passes made per game in those 2 games. 80, that might be a weird number. You're like, well, passes made, who the heck cares? Passes made don't equal assists. But if you're gonna pass the ball, he's making a lot of passes. And if you were to look at the season long, the guy that averages the most passes made in a game, 78.1 on average. That's Tyrese Halliburton. Now the Hawks yet to face a player that has 60 plus passes made this season. Now, like I said, passes made don't equal assists. They have to rely on the other guys to shoot it, but he's passing it a lot. The guys just have to go and shoot that, and I think they'll have open chances against this Atlanta Hawks team. Let's talk about guys that have 10 or more assist chances versus the Hawks and how they fared this season. Obviously, Maxey has had at least 10 or more assist chances in the last 2 games without Harden. You saw Cade Cunningham have 7 assists. You saw Drew Holiday have 2 games, 12 and 7 assists. You saw Kevin Porter Jr. 7. I don't need to list all the guys. They're all up on the screen if you want to look at them. But all these guys basically hit this over except for RJ Barrett, not known for a guy that averages a lot of assists. And on average, these guys, 7.25 assists per game, 8.5 adjusted assists per game, 13.75 assist chances. That's right in the wheelhouse of where Maxey has been the last 2 games. So, and that doesn't even include Mike Conley yesterday at 13 assists in just 29 minutes. Also, I believe Jordan Clarkson had 5 assists. He played more minutes, but I don't know how many assist chances he had. Those numbers don't come out this early in the morning. Maxey should play well over 35, maybe close to 40 minutes in this game. And also the over-under is 223. You look at the last 2 games without Harden. You saw that game against the Suns. They scored 100 points. The other one, they scored 104 points. So they could score a lot more points today. Maybe they have more assists. I know maybe Tobias Harris, maybe Joel Embiid gets more assist numbers, but Maxey's going to be leading this offense for the large majority, passing it a ton. We just need the other guys to knock down some shots. I think they're perfectly capable against the Atlanta Hawks defense that really isn't that great, in my opinion. So give me Maxey, best bet of the day, 1.5 units, over 5.5 assists. If it goes up, you guys can do whatever you want with it. I wouldn't play it at 6.5 for a full, maybe for a point half, maybe a half unit or something like that. Now, let's talk about some leans. And at the moment, I'll only have this one play, but we're going to add probably one, maybe two more plays throughout the day. So check the pinned comment. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at @CallinOurShot. We're almost at 50,000 followers over on Twitter. Go do that. The link's down below. Now let's talk about these ones. Check the pinned comment for any added plays. Let's talk about the other games though. Mavericks Wizards. I was looking at, we don't have any lines really for this game except for Kuzma and Kristaps, and I don't really like betting on either of those two guys. So I consider Luka's over in points plus rebounds, maybe PRAs. The Wizards don't give up a lot of assists, but I'd consider Monte Morris of the Wizards under in PRAs. Those are my two leans for this one. Like Luka shot terribly yesterday. I think 8 for 27. Don't quote me on that, but terrible. They lost the Magic outright. I think he bounces back here, has a pretty good track record in bounce backs after a loss and after bad shooting nights. I don't really think the Wizards can guard him all that well. It's going to be a slow-paced game, so Luka should be able to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. And I think he'll have a pretty good game, especially against the Wizards. You know, Kristaps is out there. I think he plays pretty well against him. Monte Morris, I lean is under in PRA solely because the Mavericks have been a pretty good team at stopping, opposing guards from getting points, assists, rebounds, and all that. I just don't think Monte Morris has a big role in this one. I don't think I'd add Monte Morris unless his line is super high. But as always, I don't think probably Luka Doncic's line is going to be like 33.5 points, probably 7, 8.5 rebounds. So his points plus rebounds is probably 41.5. I don't know if I really want to touch that, but I think he has a good chance. Check the pinned comment. Maybe I do add those. Or it could be add a completely different play. Sixers Hawks, let's talk about that game already a little bit more. Joel Embiid, I liked his over in 10.5 rebounds. Not a terrible line. I just really don't like asking Joel Embiid to grab rebounds. That man runs away from rebounds sometimes. He doesn't really offer a lot offensive rebound-wise, so I don't think I'd add that one, especially I don't really want two plays in the Sixers-Hawks game, just in case it's the blowout. I also looked at Trae Young's under in points. Notoriously struggled against the Sixers, and D'Anthony Melton, a decent defender. He can go out there and play pretty well, and I think they'll probably let someone else beat them, not named Trae Young. So I don't necessarily know. I would, if I were to add a play, not probably going to be in that game. I don't want to double down. And likely I won't add a play in this game too. Hornets, Heat. I just don't like adding plays in 10 or more spread, 10 plus point spread games. I know the lines normally go down a little bit, but a blowout ruins your prop, and that's probably one of the main ways you can lose a prop is due to a blowout or bad shooting or foul trouble. And I lean Bam Adebayo's over in points plus rebounds or PRAs, but he's a center versus the Hornets. We know that's a moneymaker, but they're going to know that. The books know that, and they're going to juice up Adebayo's lines. I'd like it more if it was in Charlotte, where he's from. He's not from Charlotte, but from around the area. Probably won't add a play in the Hornets Heat game, if I'm being honest. And finally, this is the game I probably would add a play in, the Pelicans versus Blazers game. Go to the scene of the crime with Mr. Brandon Ingram, but I lean Josh Hart's over in rebounds, assists, and then Damian Lillard and Anthony Simons over in points. I think you're going to get some soft lines on a lot of Blazers because the Blazers have been actually a decent defensive team so far. The problem is you probably won't get any Blazers lines early as they have a ton of injury issues with Jeremy Grant and Jusuf Nurkic, but I think eventually they probably will have some favorable lines. I mean, these Blazers have been playing good defense, haven't been involved in a lot of high-scoring games. Now they get introduced to a Pelicans team that defense, never heard of it. This over-under's at 225. You're going to get a lot of points. The only reason I'd avoid Damian Lillard is because he might get the straight jacket on him, Herb Jones. And Herb Jones, I really respect him as a defender. But still, I think Anthony Simons, I think Damian Lillard capable of scoring, 30 points. And they're going to see their old teammate, CJ McCollum. I think Dame wants to put on a show for him. So we'll see what lines Dame gets. He only had 26 points yesterday. I swear he scored all of them prior to the fourth quarter. But I think he has a pretty good game. We'll see what lines they give all these guys, as well as lines for the Pelicans, because they're coming off a back-to-back. But those are my only good, leans. My only play of the day will be Tyrese Maxey, over 5.5 assists for 1.5 units, our best bet of the day. If I add any plays, check the pinned comment. Even if there isn't an added play, I'll let you know there isn't one in the pinned comment. I'll probably try to do it as soon as possible, but definitely by 3 p.m. Eastern time, you'll know if we're going to add a play or not, unless the books are really sleeping. But let's talk about some COS All-Stars. If we hope to make some money, go become a COS All-Star. Hit the join button on the channel, $2.99 a month, unless you're in a foreign state or foreign country. For some reason, they make that $3.99. I don't understand. Let's talk about some. Joda, 276, you harassed me. You got your shout out. Ron, we got Sirajjan, that butchered that. Hunter, we got Trey, we got William, we got Max, we got Kushlock Holmes, love the name. Hector, we got Connor, we got Dags, we got Donnie, we got Who Dat Nation 12, we got Alex, we got Super, Toker, we got Todd, John, Kevin, Tyler, Victor, Lord Zachary Charles, we got Elvis, Rax 195, Lawson, Steven, Elliot, Ray, Ariel, ZMLH, Harold, Red Fox Vlogs, Jared, Milokinus, definitely butchered that, Ben, 8ron, John, Jose, Hayden, Brandon, Rami, Luis, Terrace, I don't know, Emily, Tom502, Isaac, Ricardo, Chris, Carlos, Tony, Justice, Smoochie, 2K, Anthony, Pack, Drescott, don't know if you're related to the real one, Clay, Kyle, Chris French, maybe that's Dak, just he doesn't want to be Calvin Ridley. That could be it. If that's you, Dak, you got my, I'm not going to tell anyone. Fabio, we got Raphael, Alex, Connor, Blacksmith, BL, we got Ryan, we got Blabla, we got Diego, Miguel, Tariq, HS6, and Rob. You guys, the real MVPs, technically all-stars, but I love you guys. Thank you all for supporting the channel. We appreciate it. Go hit that join button if you want to be shouted out in tomorrow's video. Get our plays early. 2 other videos popping up on my screen. Click them. They're right over my face. You can check out our NFL Week 10 best bets, as well as our Falcons, Panthers, best bets for Thursday Night Football. Appreciate you guys as always. I'm Austin. Check the pinned comment for any added plays. We're signing out. See you guys back again on Friday for a big slate. We're going to have some more plays then. See you guys then. Peace out.